And there's a lot I don't know. So I think it takes a lifetime to kind of learn how to practice. And then the rest will come later. I don't know, right? Like maybe the answer to this crisis is prayer.
So Nicole believes that once she learns how to pray, maybe praying will be the resolution, the solution to her problems with Mahmoud. That is going to be one of the most interesting things I've ever heard in my life about how to solve your problems in a relationship. But here's the thing though, when it comes to Nicole, the issue is that she converted, but she never actually decided to research how to pray, what she would need to wear, and all those kind of things. I mean, it's good that, I mean, obviously, don't get me wrong, different cultures, different places, the fact that she doesn't even have the basics is very worrying. But also at the same time, there's a scene where she even asked, do I have to wear a hijab? Like, you should know this. I mean, I know this. Most people do know this without even research, to be honest with you. But I guess not everyone in the world lives underneath a freaking rock. But anyway, we continue.
I mean, this is a weird question. You have to wear something under it? Do you? What?
I don't know.
So this was very, very confusing. He gives her a swimsuit, and the swimsuit has a hood on it so she can cover up her hair because that's a requirement, right? But then he asks her some question, do I have to wear anything underneath it, whatever? And the man just switches, his mood just switched. Like,
I'm always getting so mad at me, and it's like he really resents me for being American, I think.
Honestly, like, when she said that, I was like, rah. You can't tell me that you've only just maybe figured out or felt as if maybe he resents you for being American. I mean, I'm not saying that he does resent her for being American, no, not at all, but obviously this is how she's feeling right now because she can't breathe. But at the same time, though, if she thinks that he's resenting her for being American, that really exposes how much Nicole has neglected to understand how men are, you know, from his culture. Not from Egypt, just from his culture or just how he is. But here's the thing though, Nicole did say that last episode that she's a bit confused when it comes to Mahmoud because Mahmoud tells her one thing, but then whenever she's around like the aunties and uncles, they tell her something else about their culture. So it's as if Mahmoud's making up his own rules while the other rules that he should be following isn't even happening. Like for example, his uncle told him last week that instead of focusing on what she wears, you should be focusing more on teaching her how to pray. Like your priorities are not in the right place. And I've said this before so many times that Mahmoud gives me vibes of someone that not only is he just controlling, but also someone that gives me the vibes that he has the potential to even be physically abusive. I've said that, right? I've said that. You just wait for it. But when I say controlling, I never really meant that he was controlling in terms of like, that's just how men are in his culture, whatnot. No. I just meant that this man is generally a controlling person. There is a difference. There is a difference. You just gotta be able to, you know, read between the fine print. But let's continue.
Because I don't wear hijab. I'm not going to wear hijab, and I won't wear hijab. I don't cover my hair.
Well, Nicole is very challenging to watch. I mean, I don't even dislike her personally. Everybody else has like an agenda against her. For me personally, I don't really dislike her. I just think that she's very challenged, to be honest with you. And I guess makes me feel sorry for her to a certain degree. But at the same time, though, I'm not blind to the level of just madness that she portrays here. So we saw already that when they were back at Mahmoud's parents' house, his home, he told her that he wanted to wear this dress, this swimsuit. She then said, okay, but can I wear anything underneath it? I'm not too sure what was going on there, but he then reacted as if like she said something wrong. But either way, she's agreed. On the way there, you know, she's expressed to him that I feel like you're very uncompromising. You're just always upset with me. No matter what I do or say, you just always want to nitpick at me and just want to tell me off and just be, you know, play me out to just be this horrible person when I'm just trying to have a conversation with you, you know? I'm trying to see if we can find a middle ground. I'm just trying to learn and all that. And this is the thing that I do like about Nicole though. she does try in terms of asking him questions, but each time she asks him a question, he gets agitated. I mean, listen, maybe it's a case where she's always asking too many questions. But either way, though, he knew who he fell in love with. He knew who he wanted to, who ended up marrying. So to be honest with you, that's not relevant. You know what I mean? But to be fair, there is something that Mahmoud does say later on anyway that is quite crucial. But yeah, as you can see, they're there at the swimming pool and she has decided to rebel and say, nope, I am not wearing the hijab because I don't wear one anyway. So therefore, I am going to expose my hair. I mean, fair play.
Like what things?
I will see what,
Oh, okay, you'll think.
what I can do. I promise you I will do more because I really love you, okay?
Okay.
And it's so important to me to see you happy.
So this is Mahmoud agreeing that he's going to become open to compromising with certain things, and and obviously and not be so narcissistic about it, based in a nutshell. But also at the same time, also says that because I do love you, I will make these changes. Let's just hang on to the part of where he says, because I do love you, I will make those chances. It's that part that is quite contradictory as we move on.
Go find some other
Don't do that me, okay?
Let me go.
Let's just break down what we're seeing here. Let's just break down what we are seeing here. Look at the man's bicep. The fact that this guy does not have a bicep, does not even go to the gym, he has no muscles, but his bicep is popping out like a crazy freaking vein, okay, tells me and shows me how hard he's gripping onto her. Now, also on top of that, the build up onto this scene, the whole time when Nicole was trying to get away from him and move away from him, he was legit gripping her. He was holding onto her. He was trying to grab her multiple times. She kept obviously pushing away from him and moving away from him. But then boom, at this moment in time, he decides to actually just give her a good hook. Man has hooked her on. And you know what's so crazy and so annoying is that I've been saying that this man gives me the vibe of someone that isn't controlling in terms of the culture way. He's controlling in terms of, listen, he's just okay. And it's crazy because this is basically how the situation escalated. All of a sudden, Nicole was like, as soon as the cameras come off, this man changes. As soon as the cameras turn off, all of a sudden Mahmoud, he says certain things, da. But obviously, as soon as they're on, he then changes his mood and da. And I said that because we experienced this with Mike Burke, right? In 90 days before the 90 days, right? No, was it 90 days before the 90 days? Yeah. Where obviously, with him now, obviously how it was obvious that off camera this guy was repulsive. Off camera, this person was someone that was definitely abusive, if not physically, definitely, mentally. So here we're witnessing this part here where I'm actually surprised that TLC have actually shown this, to be honest with you. But then again, though, if we're looking at Mike compared to Mahmoud, well, the difference is that Mike is an American, so I'm not surprised that they didn't show this guy being, allegedly physical towards him and her, because that's what she did come out to say. But when it comes to Mahmoud now, of course, he's not an American, so I'm sure they'll be more than happy to show him. I'm just saying, like, let's just take the obvious about, about how TLC do their movements, you know what I mean? Like, let's keep it 100. But nonetheless, though, let's get back into it real quick. We are witnessing a scene right here where this man has legit gripped her. He was grabbing her on the way there and then finally snaps and then boom, grabs her like there's no tomorrow. This is unacceptable. To be honest with you, even if it was the other way around, even if it was her grabbing him, it is still unacceptable. You know what I mean? No one should ever be grabbing anyone in a relationship or in any situation, you know what I'm saying, okay? Especially when it is a man and a woman. The way I see it, if I'm with someone and they have got underneath my skin and they are really starting to pee me off, I am going to walk away and remove myself from the situation. I am not going to stay there until I finally get to the point where I'm just going to grab you. Why the hell am I grabbing you for? Why am I doing that? I know the amount of weight that I lift on a daily basis, right? So I can't imagine how much my grip may actually hurt someone. But even if I don't lift someone, I also know how much when our moods, when we switch, when we are literally in the zone where we are peed off, I know how much strength a person can really generate, you know what I mean, unconsciously. And this is something that we are obviously witnessing here to a certain degree. It's not that deep, but it's deep enough for me to call it out, because I've already called it out once before anyway. And now we are seeing this man being way too physical.
Okay, I want you to go. Let's go home.
I don't want to talk to you anymore. Like, I just want you to leave me alone.
Okay, go alone.
I will.
Okay, go.
Honestly, I am so mortified for her in this situation. But and you know what? No one can sit and say, but sometimes when people dislike someone, and because people dislike Nicole, not everybody, some people do. Some people will say, be like, yeah, but what did she do to provoke him? Here's the funny part, right? She walked away from him. He was chasing her down. So it's not a case where she's done anything to put this man in a position where he can become physical. No. All she has done is literally lost her cool and said, listen, you are not being nice to me. You are not being da-da-da-da. I am leaving. I am going. Leave me alone. He has chased her down to pretty much say, no, you're not leaving. You must stay with me, blah, 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 blah. And then legit the whole time grabbing her up. And then as you can see, boom, gave her that lock in as if he's about to arrest or some dumb nonsense. So therefore, nobody can be putting the blame on her. You know what I mean? But let's continue.
What Nicole did to pushing me around people is not accept at all.
The fact that this man says what Nicole did, pushing me around people. She was trying to get away from you. She was trying to push you away because you kept grabbing her. Tell me this man is not a narcissistic person. Tell me this man is not a narcissist. Forget culture. He's a narcissistic person. It's just that simple. I don't really want to hear people talking about, yeah, but you know, like, that's how the man didn't be like in that culture though, you know? That ain't necessarily true. Because in this content, there's people who have experienced being with an Egyptian man and they haven't experienced none of this BS. You see what I'm saying, okay? Of course, so culture or not culture, at the end of the day, man, no one should be laying their hands on anyone. And most importantly, culture or no culture, no one should be narcissistic to the level where they say that this person was pushing me around and she shouldn't be doing that when he was the one chasing her down and grabbing her every time she was trying to run away from him. She was pushing her, she was trying to get away from him. And he wants to sit there and say that. The audacity.
Can't happen again. So you have to choose. You want to go home and talk?
No.
So you want to do friends?
I don't want to be anywhere near you right now. I'm not going to make any.
Process how this man is like, let's go home and talk. She's like, no. So you don't want to talk? Okay, so you want a divorce. So he's put in a position where he's like, if we don't go home, we will get a divorce. Tell me that this is not manipulative. Tell me it is not manipulative with a straight face.
Decisions
I
right
told
now
you
about you.
no. You have
You don't get to control me anymore, Mahmoud. I'm tired of your bull.
Okay, so I will wait for 5 minutes. If you don't come, we'll do first.
I don't give a whatever
Okay,
you want to do.
fine.
Just go.
I will wait 5 minutes, and if you don't come, we will get a divorce. Do I need to say anything else? Do I need to say anything else? Anyone that wants to defend this guy, there's something wrong with you. Man grabbing on girl and then saying, if you don't come with me, then we'll get a divorce. Oh my goodness. The calamity. The sad part about it is that obviously we know that she's probably going to go back because they've got a whole season to watch of this madness. But I really do hope that she does find a way to get away from this guy because this ain't it. This ain't it.
He says he didn't do anything to me. He hopes I find someone right for me. And if I didn't go with him in the Uber, then we were going to be divorced.
I mean, listen, it's a no-brainer to me, man. Get a bloody divorce. Case closed. Case closed. Simple as 1, 2, 3. Well, you guys let me know what you're thinking, please, down below in the comment section. Don't forget, we have done the full reactions to the full episode on our Patreon account. Link is down below in the description. And with that being said, we are done and we are out. Peace.